Hey everyone, it is finally here, the week we have all been waiting for in Foxborough, because the Patriots are gearing up for a massive showdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday, and there is so much to unpack. First of all, the Patriots are stepping onto the field in those iconic red throwback uniforms, the ones that instantly bring back memories of some of the franchise's most legendary moments. There's just something about wearing a uniform like that that seems to inject a little extra energy, a little extra fire into the team, and you can bet the players know it. Fans are buzzing. The stadium is going to feel electric, and it's the perfect backdrop for what could be one of the most talked about games of the season. Adding even more intrigue, there's a chance that Christian Gonzalez could be back in action in the defensive backfield. His presence has been missed, and if he can get back onto the field, it could provide a much-needed boost for a Patriots defense that has shown flashes of brilliance, but has also left too many questions unanswered over the first two games. Looking back at the history between these two franchises, it has been quite some time since the Steelers last visited Foxborough. We are talking September of 2019, which feels like an eternity in NFL terms, especially when you consider how much can change in a few years. Players come and go, schemes evolve, coaches adjust, and yet the rivalries and the stakes remain as intense as ever. Interestingly, the last time the Patriots went multiple seasons without hosting the Steelers was a stretch between 1980 and 1996, when they actually traveled to Pittsburgh 9 straight times. It just goes to show how rare and special these home matchups are, and that history adds another layer of narrative and pressure for both teams. So, entering this Sunday, there's not only the immediate challenge of facing a formidable opponent, but there's also this undercurrent of historical significance, the kind of thing that gives every tackle, every snap, every play an added weight. The momentum coming out of the last game is another factor that cannot be overlooked. The Patriots managed to come away with a crucial win against the Dolphins, and while it might not have been the most polished performance, it was exactly what the team needed. Ugly wins are often more valuable than clean losses, and that could not be truer than for a team that is trying to establish consistency early in the season. Winning that game put the Patriots at 1-1 instead of starting with a 0-2 hole, which is huge for confidence and for setting the tone heading into a clash as pivotal as the one against the Steelers. On offense, Drake may have had a standout performance, showing poise, vision, and the ability to make plays under pressure, while Rondre Stevenson finally broke out in a way that reminded everyone of the talent he's been developing quietly over the last few seasons. The running game showed sparks, the passing game found rhythm at key moments, and the offensive line, despite some struggles, gave the team enough time to execute plays that ultimately made the difference. But of course, it was not perfect. The Patriots still have too many self-inflicted wounds that they need to address. Mental mistakes, being out of position, false starts, and penalties were too frequent, and those are the kinds of things that can come back to haunt a team against an opponent like the Steelers. 4 false starts and 3 offsides alone are the type of errors that kill momentum and can completely change the flow of a game. On top of that, tackling, particularly at the linebacker level, has been inconsistent. Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis have struggled with missed tackles, and that's a concern when you're trying to execute a Mike Vrabel-coached defense where precision, discipline, and physicality are expected every single snap. The defensive line has been exceptional, creating pressure and disruption, but the linebackers are the ones who need to finish plays, wrap up, and make sure every opportunity created by the front line is capitalized on. The missed tackles and positioning errors have stood out, and cleaning up these issues is critical if the Patriots want to compete against the Steelers' offense that is both experienced and opportunistic. Injuries are also a factor going into this matchup. The latest report shows 7 starters on the injury list, but most are listed as limited participation, which is promising. Christian Gonzalez is participating in practice despite his hamstring issue, and while it is not yet confirmed whether he will play, this is the most significant activity we have seen from him since late July. Other players like Chason and Carlton Davis are managing minor injuries and participating in a limited capacity, while key contributors such as Harold Landry and Morgan Moses are monitoring foot injuries. Jared Wilson and the starting left guard are managing thigh and other injuries, but nothing that should prevent them from seeing the field. This paints a picture of a team that is largely intact and capable of executing its game plan. But the real question remains whether Gonzalez will be clear to play and how much of a factor he will be in limiting the Steelers' passing attack or supporting coverage assignments against their dynamic receivers. Beyond injuries, there have been some surprises in how the team has performed over the first two games. Drake May has been an undeniable standout, leading the offense with calm decision-making and accuracy, while Rondre Stevenson has emerged as a multi-dimensional weapon, showing power in the run game, reliability in catching passes, and an ability to make explosive plays when given the opportunity. That has naturally affected the usage of other players, like Trayvon Henderson, whose touches have been limited in favor of riding the hot hand. While Henderson has missed some blocks in pass protection and assignments, the strategy makes sense. If a player is performing at a high level, you keep feeding him the ball. On the receiving end, De'Ario Douglas has been somewhat of a disappointment, failing to make the impact many expected despite a bright moment in the first game. This shift in offensive hierarchy, with Hunter Henry and Stephon Diggs leading targets followed by Stevenson, is shaping the team's rhythm and decision-making process moving forward. Defensively, the Patriots are thriving up front. Harold Landry, Milton Williams, and Cheon have been wreaking havoc on opposing quarterbacks, and their combined production has been exactly what Mike Vrabel envisioned when he built this front. Milton Williams and Christian Barmore are among the league leaders in pass rush pressure, showing that the interior of the defensive line is just as disruptive as the edges. This kind of dominance allows the linebackers and secondary to play aggressively, knowing that the pressure will reach the quarterback or force hurried throws, and it sets the tone for the defense as a whole. Adding Keion White into the mix, once he is healthy, could make this front even more dangerous, creating constant pressure and matchup problems for any offense. The defensive line is not just performing, it is driving the engine of this team and shaping how the Patriots play on every snap. So as the countdown continues towards Sunday, there is so much to watch. Aaron Rodgers will be under center for the Steelers, and while he may be in a different uniform than fans are used to, he remains a Hall of Fame-caliber talent capable of executing a complex offense. The Patriots have to bring everything they have: precision, discipline, energy, and physicality, because the Steelers will not be shy about testing every aspect of the team. Matchups in the trenches, in the secondary, and in the skill positions could determine the outcome, and the Patriots will need everyone at their best. Injuries, player performances, and the historical weight of this rivalry all combine to make this one a must-watch for fans of both teams. Expectations are high, stakes are high, and Foxborough will be ready to witness a game that could define the Patriots' early season trajectory in a very significant way. Now, diving deeper into the upcoming battle, there are so many storylines and matchups to watch that could ultimately tip the scales in favor of the Patriots or the Steelers. On offense, the big question is consistency and execution. Drake May has shown flashes of brilliance, but the challenge against Pittsburgh's defense is on an entirely different level. The Steelers bring a front that is both disciplined and relentless, capable of mixing stunts, blitzes, and disguised coverages in ways that can confuse even the most poised quarterbacks. May will need to process quickly, trust his reads, and make precise throws, all while the pocket collapses faster than he may be used to. The offensive line will have to step up in a way that they haven't consistently shown yet, because the Steelers will test them on every snap. False starts and missed assignments will be magnified in this matchup, and it will be critical for the Patriots to eliminate those mental errors if they want to sustain drives and score points. At the same time, the running game could be the key to unlocking the Steelers' defense. Rondre Stevenson is coming off an impressive performance, and his ability to run between the tackles, break arm tackles, and pick up yards after contact can help control the clock and keep Pittsburgh's offense off the field. The blend of power, agility, and vision he brings could be the difference in those critical third down situations where the Patriots need to convert and maintain momentum. Trayvon Henderson and Antonio Gibson will likely see targeted roles, sprinkled in to provide balance, keep defenses guessing, and exploit mismatches. Henderson, while not yet at the level of involvement some expected, is still a valuable weapon in certain situations. His pass protection, route running, and ability to catch in traffic will be critical on passing downs, while Gibson's explosiveness can change the dynamic of any series. On the receiving side, Hunter Henry and Stephon Diggs remain the primary threats, and the Patriots will need them to be precise, disciplined, and effective against a Steelers secondary that has the speed, length, and anticipation to disrupt timing and limit big plays. Every throw will need to be accurate, every route sharp, and every adjustment precise. This is not the kind of defense you can simply test with short passes and rely on yards after the catch to bail you out. Execution and preparation will determine how much success the Patriots can have moving the ball through the air. Speaking of defense, this is where the Patriots are really shaping their identity. The defensive line has been dominant, with Harold Landry, Milton Williams, and Cheon wreaking havoc on opposing quarterbacks. Their pass rush has not only created sacks, but has consistently forced hurried throws and poor decisions, giving the linebackers and secondary more opportunities to make plays. Christian Barmore and Milton Williams are among the best in the league when it comes to interior pressure, and that makes life extremely difficult for any offense. If the Patriots can generate consistent pressure up front without having to blitz excessively, it allows their secondary to play more aggressively and stay in man coverage longer, disrupting timing and creating turnovers. That pressure is critical because Pittsburgh's offense, led by Aaron Rodgers, thrives on rhythm and timing. If the Patriots can force Rodgers off his spots, make him uncomfortable, and disrupt his reads, they can control the tempo of the game and potentially create game-changing turnovers. Linebacker play is another key factor. Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis have had issues with missed tackles, but against an offense like Pittsburgh's, every tackle counts. The Patriots will need them to wrap up, maintain leverage, and finish every play. The defensive front and linebackers must work in perfect harmony, because any breakdown in assignments can lead to explosive plays from the Steelers. The Patriots' ability to communicate, adjust to motion, and maintain gap discipline will be tested more than it has been all season. This is where the coaching staff's preparation, the mental toughness of the players, and the focus in practice translate directly to results on game day. Mistakes will be magnified, but smart, disciplined football can neutralize even the most talented offenses. Special teams and situational football will also play a role in this matchup. Field position, third down efficiency, and red zone execution could be decisive factors. The Patriots' return game, coverage units, and kicking game will all be under scrutiny, because against a team as opportunistic as the Steelers, even a single miscue can swing momentum and affect confidence. Turnovers, penalties, and missed assignments in these areas can create scoring opportunities for the opponent, and the Patriots will need to remain disciplined, aware, and focused for all 60 minutes of play. The coaching staff will likely emphasize this during the week, drilling fundamentals, reviewing film, and ensuring that every player understands their responsibility in high-leverage situations. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that could shake up the NFL landscape, whispers are circulating that George Kittle, one of the league's premier tight ends, is leaving the San Francisco 49ers and heading to the New England Patriots. The news has sent shockwaves through fan communities, social media, and sports talk shows, as analysts scramble to decipher what this could mean for both franchises. While nothing has been officially confirmed, multiple sources familiar with the situation suggest that Kittle is set to ink a deal with New England, potentially transforming the Patriots' offensive game plan for the upcoming season. Kittle has been a cornerstone of the 49ers' offense for years, known for his rare combination of athleticism, blocking prowess, and playmaking ability. His departure would leave a significant void in San Francisco, prompting speculation about who will step up to fill the tight end role and how head coach Kyle Shanahan will adapt his scheme. Meanwhile, for New England, acquiring a talent like Kittle could signal a renewed commitment to offensive innovation under Bill Belichick, who has historically shown an affinity for versatile tight ends, but has yet to pair them with a player of Kittle's caliber. Fans and pundits alike are buzzing with potential scenarios. Could this be the start of a more aggressive passing attack in New England, or a bid to re-establish the Patriots as perennial contenders in the AFC? The timing of the move also raises questions. Will Kittle be ready to step in immediately, or is this part of a longer-term strategic gamble by the Patriots front office? Social media reactions range from elation among Patriot supporters to heartbreak among 49ers fans, with threads debating whether San Francisco can realistically replace a player of Kittle's stature. Even within locker rooms, rumors suggest that teammates are both stunned and intrigued. Kittle's leadership and energy have long been cited as intangibles that elevate those around him, and integrating him into the Patriots system could be as much a cultural shift as a tactical one. As the NFL rumor mill churns, one thing is clear. If confirmed, this move could redefine the tight end market, spark new rivalries, and set the stage for an electrifying season. The sports world waits with bated breath, eyes glued to any hint of official word from either franchise, as the saga of George Kittle's potential New England chapter unfolds. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.